Failed with major repairs. Technical repair report for bidding. Restoration with permit by a fully licensed vendor. Engineer oversight. 3 site visits. Certification with owner liability in lieu of a load test. Load test still may be required by the AHJ.
Fire escape engineers, Inspector Summary. This is Inspector Gabe. As you can see, I just made my way up to the roof level here of this 6-story building here at Fort Smith. As you can see, first things first, fire escapes must be kept painted. Fire escape must be structurally sound. Right off the bat, this fire escape needs a full paint job. As you can see, there is no more paint anymore. All you can see is surface rust. Let me show you a little bit around. Okay, as you can see, original hardware, anywhere from 75 to 100 years old. Original hardware, square head bolts, and also punched through bars here. Now, in order to get from the highest level of this platform here, as you can see, to this roof, you'll have to come up, turn around, work your way into the roof. Now this will be further discussed because it's not a standard design. It's real difficult for people to get up here. This is mainly for firemen's ladder to the roof, in case they need to be to the roof. This is not for regular occupants to evacuate because all the platforms are in the bottom. This is just to get to the roof, considered to be a fireman's ladder. Still further discussed because the design is quite difficult. So as you can imagine, that's the little space they have in order to jump to the roof. That alone, I don't think they'll fit there with all their turnout gear. And if they have their full PPE and also their NCBA, it'll be very, very difficult for them to get to the roof level. Now I'll pick it up when I'm down at the 5th platform. Fire escape engineers, resuming Inspector Summary video. I'm here at the highest level of this fire escape. This is the platform that has this fixed ladder that goes to the roof. Fireman's ladder. As you can see, punched through bars, and also held together with some square head bolts, which are original hardware, showing no evidence of maintenance. As you can see, fire escape is filled with surface rust. Rails are together by held together by original rivets, as you can see, showing signs of distress in some cases, in some areas, which I'll be showing you throughout this video. As you can see, we have some cement issues, some structural work needing to be done. As you can see, we need to go ahead and fill that, patch that up with cement, hydraulic cement. Make sure that's tight and nice into the building, and at least extending anywhere from 6 to 12 inches deep into that. So we have to verify that. As you can see, another thing from this 5th level platform is that it has this system in place here. It's holding the fire riser, I believe, standpipe system next to this fire escape. Grating has some spacers. They look to be in a good order, just that it's still with surface rust. At this point, I don't see any indication of internal rust, so that's good there. Now we're gonna go down to the 4th level platform, so I could show you guys a little bit more about this fire escape. Here, as you can see, cement work needing to be done here. You need to call a mason in order to fix the structural rail. Needs to be very secured into the building, okay? Original hardware, original rivets here, showing signs of distress. As we could see, some rust jacking already converting from surface and transitioning into internal rust, which is very dangerous, because it's declining the lifespan of this fire escape, and eventually it would pop this metal piece here holding it together and jeopardizing its structural integrity. At this point, this fire escape this is only a pass fail report. At this point, we could safely say that it's not gonna pass. It's at a failed condition because it's not kept painted, and it has few areas where it's we have a lot of concern about its structural integrity. As you can see, punched through ladders. I'll be picking the video down, picking it up from down in level 4. At the 4th level platform of this fire escape system, 623 Garrison, Fort Smith, Arkansas. As we can see, looking at the railing, we see some structural work needed to be done regarding this railing as it connects to this building. And we'll be noticing that a lot of the railings need some cement work. We have gaps in between, spacing in between, so we need to fill that up with some hydraulic caulk and also hydraulic cement in there, fast drying cement. As we can see, we start seeing some structural cracks, so that's critical. We need to go ahead and address that. Surface rust all over this fire escape. Now I see this pan type component here. As you can see, it's bolted in place. I'm not sure what is its purpose here, but I think we should remove that one, as it's just limiting the space of this platform, which is already very small and narrow. Okay, here it's a little bit of cement work needed. Surface rust, punch through rings, bars. As you can see, what about the grading? Original spacers, original hardware on the spacers. At this point, few areas of internal rust. All we can see is surface rust. The metal looks to be still in good position, just needs some paint. It's galvanized metal, so that's why it's giving its lifespan a little bit longer, letting its lifespan last a little bit longer. As you can see, original rivets, anywhere from 75 to 100 years old. Where we see some distress going on here in this connection to this fixed ladder from one level to the next. We see rust jacking occurring there. We can really see the space, original hardware, square head bolts. We need to go ahead and remove this one, clean the area, prime it, and remove the bolts and re-bolt with new hardware. New hardware. Swap the original hardware to new hardware. That's what this fire escape needs. It needs a full refurbishment. As you can see here, original hardware, punch hole ladders. Here we also see some rust jacking occurring there. Now you'll see more of this condition in the photos I took today, so just be on the lookout for those photos. It will show exactly how much of internal rust has taken a toll on this component here. Okay, as you see, some cement work needed there. Original hardware all over, some cement work needed there. We need to go ahead and re-cement that piece, get a mason out here, swap off that bolt, pop that bolt, swap it with the new one. Same over here, making sure that it's well 12 inches deep into this building. We cannot verify that at this point, but it looks to be well within. We don't see it pulling away for any reason. We just see that it needs some cement work. So that's going to be one of the main conditions of this report and the findings. Okay, I'll be picking it up from downstairs, from the 3rd floor platform. Now I'm still here at the 3rd platform, and as we can see, some major structural work needing to be done there. We can see already some bricks falling apart, coming away. Now it doesn't appear to be affecting this connection yet, but it's clearly suspect, and we need some mason to come in here and repatch that. We want to go ahead and rebolt that area, rebolt that connection, or this connection here, this components here, these angles, supporting angles, are major structural, so we want to make sure that this is taken care of. We want to make sure that this is well done in terms of rebolting it with new hardware. So we want to go ahead and move forward with the full refurbishment. Cement work needed there. Original hardware there, so we want to go ahead and rebolt there, rebolt, and rebolt. Talking about the ladder, fixed ladder. As I explained it, some rust, internal rust, punched through. As you can see, I'll be picking it up from the 2nd platform. Fire escape engineers resuming the inspection video. As you can see here, I'm now in the 3rd floor platform, or 3rd platform in this building of this fire escape system. Railing needs some cement work, structural work needing to be done in terms of this masonry building and its connection with its railing for this fire escape system. Original hardware, same story as above, and then the 2 floors above. Original hardware, everything. There's no evidence of maintenance at all. But there is in a few areas, which I'll show you, which is 1 or 2 areas only out of the whole fire escape system. Now this is fire escape number 1 of 2, okay, so I'll be doing another video for the other masonry work needing to be done there. Railings put in place, hold together by original rivets, anywhere from 75 to 100 years old. We want to go ahead and scrape it clean, take this surface rust away, and repaint this one. Refurb, 100% paint job, 100% structural work. As you can see, masonry work there. Grading, as we can see, galvanized grading. But we still need a paint job for this. Spacers are slowly declining in state, so we want to investigate that furthermore, but overall it looks like to be in a good order. We don't see no evidence of internal rust yet. Okay, original hardware, we see some rust jangling becoming internal in this connection. We want to pop that out. We want to go ahead and clean it, remove the rust, prime it, and then bolt it together with the new hardware. I want to go ahead and move forward with some hex head bolts in terms of that refurbishment there. Now this one here, we see some evidence of internal rust. It's very it's becoming very rampant in terms of its increasing in rust. So anywhere from 10 to 15 years of rust accumulation here. Now we see no evidence of maintenance, so we need to go ahead and pop this bolt, clean that area, prime it, rebolt it, and caulk and seal it after to prevent any water penetration from ever causing this condition again. So you can see original hardware there, original hardware, 75 to 100 years old. Now another area we see heavy rust. It's this little bracket here holding the platform together from one corner to the next. So we can see internal rust already accumulated in clear detection here. Original hardware for this component, original rivets, and original square head bolts. We'll be explaining more on how to move forward with the full refurbishment for this one. Okay, I am now in the 2nd level platform here, fire escape system, fire escape 1 of 2. As we can see, need some cement work here, structural work needed. So we need to go get a masonry guy to come in here and repatch that up. We recommend hydraulic cement fast drying, so we go ahead and resolve that situation here. Original hardware, 75 to 100 years old rivets. We need to go ahead and move with a full refurbishment by removing this bolt, popping this rivets, and reinstalling some brand new bolts, hex head bolts. As we can see, for this fixed ladder, we see that it has internal rust. It has taken a high toll on this. As we can see, I measured it, so we'll have that in the photos. This is 100% internal rust that needs to be removed, cleaned, primed, rebolted with new hardware, and then silicone shut its connection to prevent any water penetration and prevent rust from occurring. Same story here. Original hardware, punch through ladders with the bars here. Surface rust all over this fire escape. Few areas with internal rust, but those are needing to be addressed as well. Cement work needed here. Same story as all connections to the building by its railings. Galvanized grating. 100% paint job needed. Like I stated earlier, spacers here appear to be in good working order. However, we would like to do more further investigation, maybe pop one to see if it's not hollow and has internal rust inside the actual spacer. Swap out rivets with original hardware. Now taking a look at the structural connection here. Cement work needed. Original hardware all over, so we need to go ahead and rebolt everything. Same story there. Same story there. Cement work needed. As you can see, we want to go ahead and rebolt that structural connections. Now I'm gonna pick up the video from the bottom platform. That's the lowest platform before getting to grade, and I'll explain some of the findings there. Fire escape engineers, inspector summary, resuming this compilation of videos that I took from every platform. As we can see, we have major problems in terms of this fire escape integrity, structural integrity. That's one of the ways fire escapes get determined whether or not it passes an inspection or not. This is just a pass fail. We will not be telling you exactly where all the problems are. We're just telling you some of the areas that are highlighted in our findings that are determined to be non-compliant in terms of being in disrepair, in a declining state, and also needing further work and investigation. As you can see, this doesn't need no further investigation. Obviously, we see some masonry brick fall apart, so that's exposing the structural connection railing into this building, so that's a problem. Original hardware all over, original rivets. Now we see this here, this flat here, this railing system is bent, so we might want to replace this one here. As we can see, it's a popped rivet already, so there's a gap. This here needs to be rebolted into this railing system. Okay, so that's a good example of this fire escape. Missing bolts, original hardware, anywhere from 75 to 100 years old, which explains why we need to swap them with some new hardware. Surface rust all over, spacers, same story as above floors, galvanized platforms, galvanized grating, masonry work needed here. Distress condition, that's in another distress condition. This one's also in distress condition. Now this is a structural connection, so that needs to be repaired immediately. This as well, as I already showed you earlier, as you can see. Now another issue that I rose that emerged based on my findings is that this ladder is supposed to be to grade, so it needs to allow occupants from evacuating, escape a burning building, and lead them to a proper safe haven place anywhere away from the building. As you can see, this is a parking lot area. Anywhere over there, over here is a safe haven away from a burning building. So we're gonna have to consider this with the ASJ. Further discussion regarding this fixed ladder extension to grade. It is not to grade, nor does it have a drop down ladder, nor does it have a cantilever system. It's just a fixed ladder that doesn't reach grade. So that's gonna be a matter that we're gonna be further discussing. Maybe provide some design plans, design drawings in order to get this to grade. Now the problem is that it's it's open access to this building. So this is almost considered like an alleyway, and as you can see, there's an alleyway there. So we have the potential for getting this fire escape system hit or impacted by a vehicle, maybe a large rig, a truck, dump truck, trash can type truck, or anything like that. So we're gonna have to stress a little bit more design considerations for this, because if we do it to grade, and that's why one of the reasons why I think it's not to grade is because it's an alleyway and it has a great potential for getting impacted. Okay, this is going to conclude the fire escape inspection summary for fire escape 1 of 2. Now this one is closer to the street here. I believe this would be 5th or 6th Street. Now I'll be able to label this out later on in the report, and also on my findings. Fire escape engineers, inspector summary. This will conclude fire escape inspection video 1 of 2. Thank you. Fire escape engineers, inspector summary, conclusion report. I'm here at 623 Garrison Avenue. This is in Fort Smith, Arkansas. I just performed the inspection for this system, as you can see. One of the items I noted, one of the findings of concern, was that this ladder does not reach the grade, I believe, because it's subject to vehicular impact. So that must be one of the reasons why it's not to grade. It is required to be to grade. So from every floor level, once occupants get to this platform levels, they should be able to climb down and eventually lead to grade, to a safe haven area like here or anywhere around this area away from the burning building. But as you can see, fire escape number 1 does not reach grade. So we're gonna go ahead and address that with the ASJ, see what they need to do, if anything at all. This could be considered pre-existing non-conforming issue. Same over here with fire escape number 2, but this one, fire escape number 2, was hit by a vehicle, most likely a trash can or a trash pickup truck. As we could see, we see some trash cans there, so that's a good hint, good indication that this alleyway is obviously accessible to anybody who is around this area. And I believe it was hit by a vehicle, trash can vehicle, trash pickup vehicle, trash truck. Maybe, perhaps, there's some cameras in here, as you can see. Hopefully they caught this incident. If it happened recently, they could go ahead and file for a police report, making sure it gets processed for their claim with their insurance. This is Inspector Gabe, Inspector Summary. I'm here at 623 Garrison Avenue, Fort Smith, Arkansas. I just performed a fire escape inspection for fire escape number 1, and this is fire escape number 2. Signing off. Have a great day.
Load test still may be required by the AHJ. Failed with major repairs. Technical repair report forbidding. Restoration with permit by a fully licensed vendor. Engineer oversight. 3 site visits. Certification with owner liability in lieu of a load test. Fire escape issues. Photos represent what the violations are, not where they are or how many exist. Pass-fail inspection, not technical repair report.